My brother Sam always treated me like trash. I was a lonely kid from skipping grades, so I didn't know what friend/sibling relationships were supposed to be for a long time. I forgave him for a lot of stuff I shouldn't have. I've always had this vibe where people are calmer around me and don't put up a guard, either, so I get told/hear a lot. Sam knows how much I've always wanted to be his friend, too. So I don't think he ever considered what might happen if he really, truly pissed me off. By 30, I hoped maybe he'd be mellowing out, but no. He only reaches out last minute on holidays and when he needs something from us. I live with my parents. I've grown emotionally as an adult, valuing myself. Realizing how shitty he treated me, I started to resent him and stopped reaching out to hang/talk. We didn't talk for months. On Mother's Day we went out with Sam and fiancée Leah for brunch. I had a bad migraine but went in case Sam bowed out last minute like he usually does. I didn't want my mom to feel sad. Before, I'd be very lively trying to talk to him. I barely spoke 10 words to him, maybe 100 the whole meal. The only time he spoke to me was to talk down to me. The restaurant is busy so we leave our table and go outside. It's hot and bright, bad conditions for a migraine. Leah has chronic migraines so you think he'd be sympathetic, but he didn't even notice I wasn't well. Sam didn't get mom a gift, just a card. It's a sonogram. Sam and Leah have been engaged for a while, but no one likes Leah, and for good reason, the posts I could write. My parents are pretending to be happy, but I don't bother. After a little while the light and heat are making me feel sick so I ask my dad if we can go now. Sam snaps that no one asked me to come. I wasn't invited. Mom quickly shut that down, and I tried to walk away to the car and sit. But he said, "Wow, that's shitty, family for you." All hell broke loose on him. I turned around and screamed, not caring about our 7-year age gap, difference in height, or strength. The entire group froze in shock because I'm always soft-spoken and gentle. I reminded him he admitted he wasn't happy in his relationship and Leah made him miserable, and would make a terrible mother, but was afraid of being alone. I took him in when our parents kicked him out. He hurt me for trying to sleep in my own bed, then didn't talk to me for 2 years because I didn't let him drive drunk that night. Picking me up by my neck in a rage and holding me against a wall until I blacked out, giving me PTSD he has the gall to deny and laugh about. Never visiting me in the hospital or the 3 months recovery at home after I was in an accident. Leah had a tragic one before and still brings it up, so you'd think to have sympathy. When he finally unfroze, his argument was pathetic. It was that my parents paid for the college apartment. They paid for his too, but okay. And this was the reason when I asked him if I could stay in worst case scenario after fighting with our mom, he said no. Then his stock reaction when he knows he's wrong, puffing his chest up saying lay a hand on me bro. Mom would never kick me out. Sometimes we fight, as you do with people you live with. It helps my anxiety to make backup plans I don't actually need and Sam is aware of that. I told him to never, ever contact me again, because he is not my fucking family. Dad gently steered me back to the car and I sat inside. They talked for a while after I got in but I wasn't listening. Leah isn't speaking to her family, and now doesn't even have his family. Way to admit we aren't family. Leah tried to explain that Sam declined because they have 2 large dogs and they were worried something might happen to my tiny dog, Pebbles. Mom said I never planned to bring Pebbles, because I couldn't separate her from my parents' dog. Leah looked confused and Aide Sam told her I wanted to bring the dog. Sam said he'd never visit the house again as long as I lived there and tried to get my parents to kick me out. Mom shut that down too and clarified that I'm higher on the totem pole than he is, by a lot, and it's his own fault. At first Mom was torn. She agreed that my brother was completely wrong, but didn't want to just cut off one of her kids. But as I laid out all the shit he'd done/admitted to me, that changed. Mom was furious and apologized that they didn't punish him enough when we were kids, figuring siblings fight and I was always the kid that was fine. She texted Sam that an apology would go a long way, and he declined, not ready to deal with her yet. My parents told me that if I'm not invited to the wedding, they won't go either, so he would finally have some consequences. I wouldn't go. It's the principle. Some of what I told her was the actual sum of money he'd stolen from Dad over the years. We knew, but didn't think it was 800, had sex in my and my parents' bed, and just how badly he hurt me. Sam only has his good job because Dad pulled strings. And this ungrateful brat didn't even text him on Father's Day, going off on Mom for reminding him to text, because it ruined his day. That pissed us off a lot and while we were venting, realized how badly he fucked himself. Leah doesn't have many friends, no close females. Sam doesn't either, he made poor choices. She isn't speaking with her sister, Sil, or Mom because she's throwing a tantrum that Grandma won't have undivided attention on her kid. I always wanted to feel included, so they were probably banking on me to help plan the baby shower and appointments for wedding details. I enjoy organization. No idea who'll help her now. Sam would force me to dog sit when he lived here, knowing I can't put an animal in the crate if I'm there, and never gave me a heads up/asked. Leah already alienated Mom for babysitting with a bitchy comment years ago and Leah said she wouldn't want strangers watching her kids. So they probably figured I'd be the compassionate sister, as always, and watch my nibbling. Sam often used me as a therapist. When my dog of 14 years passed, I got nothing. One of his dogs is older and already blind and deaf. He told me he was terrified of the day she passed because he wouldn't know what to do. Valp, can't lean on me anymore. I haven't bothered checking, but figure the engagement is strained. Sam is a known liar and I can barely try to bluff in a game of Uno. Leah heard what Sam said about his feelings towards her, and realized Sam lies to her about me. Wonder how that's working out. Don't know, don't care. They're both blocked. We have a bet going that he doesn't want to deal with me yet because he thinks by his birthday, I'll cave in and get him a gift, and he'll get out of this with no apologies yet again. His mistake. Edit, people requested names versus initials for readability and fixed a typo. Oop, don't worry. Sam can drop down and cry for forgiveness, but it won't be coming. Our dad doesn't show emotion much, and when he heard about the cash total, he was so sad and said I can't even trust family. My heart broke. Before that I was open to real apologies and effort to repair our relationship, but that was the last straw for me. Oop, oh yeah, my stomach absolutely dropped seeing the sonogram. Me and the fam always dreaded the day they actually got married or pregnant. We were holding out hope he'd come to his senses at some point. Leah in particular can barely manage to take care of herself. Sucks they both burned bridges to their villages. Update 1. Y'all, I can't. I burst out laughing on this one. So, my dad's birthday was last week. My mom and I tried to make it extra special, all things considered. We usually celebrate, but nothing big. My dad's workplace does these family appreciation days at various places every year, with free passes. Sam works there too, but has never really paid attention to the dates unless he plans on going, which he doesn't unless we do it as a family, usually. So dad's birthday was during the week and the appreciation day was Saturday, at an amusement park. I used to go every year, but I was in an accident a few years ago where I got a concussion and have ongoing intracranial hypertension. Too much fluid is sloshing around up there. I have to take meds so it doesn't press on my optic nerve too severely and slowly make me blind, so roller coasters are off the table for me. Which is tragic, I love them. Since Sam never bothered asking, or checking on me after the accident, I don't think he knows that. Shockingly, Sam did actually text Dad on his birthday. He asked if my parents wanted to do something over the weekend, about midweek. Dad said they'd see later on as the weekend came closer, because Dad takes a week of his vacation around his birthday and has been doing a lot of projects around the house. Then on Friday, Sam texted again, asked if he wanted to do something. Saturday was off the table, of course, and my dad returned to work on Sunday morning for a short shift. So he asked my mom if she wanted to go. Mom said no, but Dad was free to go without her if he wanted to. My dad said he wasn't going to go without her. So Dad said no, they were busy Saturday and he worked Sunday. Mom told me about the text last night and I mentioned that I really hoped that it would have been a no from them, even if they weren't busy. Mom reassured me, then cracked a joke, maybe we'll get back to him about his birthday near Christmas. Sam is famously bad at celebrating things / giving gifts / cards until long past the normal window, despite us living about 10 minutes from each other. Like, bruh, what the hell did you think was gonna happen? We're all very aware that I'm the favorite child, especially since Sam is such an asshole. It was really the laugh I needed after everything. Side note, a commenter point out that when Sam choked me out, what happened was actually strangulation of a minor, you know, a fucking felony crime. God, that tore me up inside. I was used to my brother getting physical, so somehow crime never crossed my mind up to that point. He literally escaped the consequences on that one. I kinda wanna see if there's anything I can do, but I think it's been too long since. Anyway, my mom told me about the text after that. It did make me laugh, so it helped. Like, oh, man. I wonder if Sam is ready to deal with me yet, LMFAO. ETA, I guess people don't understand what's happening here? Sam probably doesn't realize there were actual plans on Saturday, and Sam and my dad work at the same place. It'd be easy to find his schedule for Sunday. Either way, he's going to think my parents aren't seeing him on my behalf and realize that they aren't forgiving him either, for the very first time. When Sam choked me out, what happened was actually strangulation of a minor, you know, a fucking felony crime. Oop, well, yeah, it definitely hit me hard when it was pointed out to me. I got really worried for my future nibbling, considering that Sam obviously hasn't grown out of his violent, short temper from how he reacted to that fight. But it's been like 15 years. Which sounds awful to still be hurting about, but I mean, trauma is still done. I'm also kind of worried about nibbling because Sam has history of downward spiral / stressful times turning him into a lazy, intoxicated asshole. And like I said in my first post, Leah can barely take care of herself. I feel bad for that baby already, but I think Sam is counting on me feeling that way. I also genuinely don't know where to start with the legal thing. I feel like if I went down to the station they'd laugh me out of there based on the time frame alone, but I don't know. That could be the anxiety talking. Oop, I sincerely doubt they would be allowed in the house. Leah has ain't about us coming over unannounced too often, which means like, twice in a year. Both times when cars had trouble nearby. Never mind that her family gets to visit frequently. We also genuinely loathe Leah. She pulled Sam and I away from our dad at the hospital when we didn't know if he could die. To go to her mom's weekly dinner? Sam did end up snapping at her on the drive back, and Leah pulled my dad's dead card. And Sam was actually kicked out of the house when his dog accidentally hurt Mom because he wouldn't discipline the dog. She told him to get her shit together because it was unacceptable. He called her a bitch. Mom threw him out. It does upset me that my parents failed me like that, but I know they genuinely love me. I think that incident in particular wasn't reported because my parents fostered at the time for money to pay off bills and for Sam's college books and stuff, and that would have cost them their license. Sam was only home on breaks at that stage and we didn't have any kids with us. As for being guilted into babysitting, I have literally lost all compassion for the both of them. I'll call CPS myself before I let them treat that child poorly, or if God forbid, Sam tries that shit where he just leaves them with me without saying anything. They are not my family anymore. Now, second story. Stepdaughter's mother and my husband had a secret affair while grieving our loss, leaving me conflicted and heartbroken. My stepdaughter Becca, 14F, died 4 weeks ago. I've been in her life since she was 7 years old. We were extremely close. My husband Derek, 40M, his ex-wife Sam, 38F, and I, 35F, get along very well. There's never been an issue in the 7 years that I've been with Derek. Sam has always been kind to me. She didn't even care that Becca called me mom too. Right after Becca's passing, Sam had so much anxiety and depression that she was unable to be by herself. She has no family besides us, so I invited her to stay with us. Sam hardly leaves the house. She mostly just sleeps in Becca's room, which is completely understandable. I always tell her that I'm here if she needs me and that I want her to take her time with grieving and that there is no pressure to go back to her home. Today I needed to run some errands, so I asked Sam if she'd like to join me to get out of the house a little bit, but she declined and said she'd rather just stay at the house and sleep. I told Derek that I was leaving and that I would be back in 2-ish hours. He works from home. I also told him to check on Sam every once in a while, and maybe try getting her to eat something. After stopping at the post office, I realized I forgot my library book that I needed to return, so I went back home to get it. As soon as I walked in the door, I heard moaning coming from mine and Derek's bedroom. I immediately knew what was happening. And my heart completely broke in that moment. I wasn't completely sure what to do, but I ended up deciding to confront them. So I walked to the bedroom and opened the door and began yelling at them both. Sam started having an anxiety attack and ran to the bathroom while Derek kept apologizing profusely. I asked him what the hell was happening. He told me that he made himself and Sam some lunch and they began talking about Becca, and shared some memories. And then Sam ended up kissing him and he didn't pull back, and then it ended with them in our bed. They're begging me to understand that it was just grief that caused them to become intimate and that they both made a mistake. I don't know what to do. I love this man. And I love Sam. I'm heartbroken that they did this to me and put me in this position. I feel so stuck. Update 1. I decided that I'm filing for a divorce. I can't ever trust him again. It sucks because we had an amazing relationship, I thought. He's always been great, so this was a complete shock to me. Last night, Derek came over to talk. He confessed to a lot. Turns out it wasn't their first time having sex like most people thought. They've been having sex since 3 months before Becca died. I am completely shocked and heartbroken. Sam also reached out last night and thanked me for everything I've done for her, and told me she was sorry. I didn't respond. I blocked her. I did so much for Sam and considered her a friend, so this hurts a lot, more than I can handle. This is all too much. As hard as this is gonna be, I need to leave Derek and cut them both out of my life. I am ready to do so. I am done. Also, some people are saying I deserve this because I should have known better than to let Sam into our home, around Derek. But, you need to understand that I'm a giving person. I trust people more than I should. I truly thought Sam was an amazing person. I know it's unusual to become friends with your husband's ex-wife, but it's just how it went for us and I shouldn't be blamed for what happened. Thank you to everyone who commented nice things and for the kind messages. You've all been helpful during this insanely difficult time. I appreciate it. I'm getting lots of questions about some things, so I figured I'd answer a few of them. Have I told anyone about what happened besides my mom? Yes, I told a few friends and some family members. Most of them are supportive of my decision and aren't speaking to Derek. Where is Derek staying? Currently, he's staying at a hotel. Our friends refuse to let him stay with them. He's lost a lot of people due to his awful decisions. Has he tried fighting me on getting a divorce? Yes, he begged me not to file for divorce, but when I told him I needed him to just let me go, and that I was too exhausted to fight him on this, he let it be and agreed to getting a divorce. Why isn't Derek staying with Sam? He told me he didn't want to continue to hurt me, so he told Sam he was done with her for good. And that they have no reason to speak to each other anymore. I have no idea if that'll last and if they'll just end up together, but I truly don't care what they do anymore. I just want peace. What was Derek's excuse for cheating? He told me that they just accidentally reconnected one night when I was away at my mom's. He was stressed we weren't conceiving and were having miscarriages, so he vented to Sam, and then somehow that led to sex. Disgusting of them both, I know. Feel free to ask anything else, and I'll try to answer. Update 2. I just found out that he is staying with Sam and not at the hotel. He told me it's too expensive to stay at a hotel and Sam is the only one that'll help him right now. I had a feeling this would happen. Just knowing that they are still probably sleeping together hurts my heart. I talked to a lawyer this morning and we are proceeding with the divorce and Derek agreed to it. It's actually happening, and I feel some relief that he's not fighting me on this. My mom leaves on Sunday, I'm scared to be alone. But I go back to work on Monday, so I'm hoping it'll be a good distraction. Update 3. Becca's diary. I decided to go through some of Becca's stuff today. I just found her diary in a box in the back of her closet. Would it be wrong to read some of it? I feel like it would help me feel closer to her, but part of me feels like it's wrong too. I haven't told Derek that I found it either, and I'm unsure if I should tell him. What would you do? Update 4. I figured it's been a few days, so I should give a little update. My mom is leaving in a couple hours, so I'll be alone. I'm kinda nervous about it. She helped me stay distracted and kept me going. How I'm gonna handle her being gone. I go back to work tomorrow, first day back since Becca passed away. I'm looking forward to it though because it'll keep me distracted. Also, I did read some of Becca's diary. It made me love her even more. She was such a sweetheart. I went back a few months and saw that she noticed some weird behavior between Derek and Sam, didn't mention that she knew of the affair, but she just wrote that she thought it was kinda strange that they all three would hang out more than usual, without me. I might read more, but so far I haven't found anything that's disturbing, just her being a teenager and talking about crushes, fights with friends, happy family memories, etc. Update 5. Started randomly getting a lot more messages/comments, so I figured I'd do another little last update. My first week back at work went great. I wasn't expecting it to go so well, but thankfully it did. My coworkers were so helpful and patient with me. On Friday night I decided I didn't want to stay home all weekend alone, so I decided to drive up to my mom's. It helps I have a 3-day weekend so I can spend more time with her. I'm heading back home tomorrow. Also, for those of you that have messaged me hateful things for reading Becca's diary, I just have to say, you aren't in my shoes right now. Telling me I'm a bad mom because I'm reading her diary is just ridiculous. I learned so much more about her, about how caring and sweet she is, and it made me love her even more. It's how I'm able to feel so close to her right now, so please don't tell me I'm a bad parent for just trying to get by one of the hardest times of my life. You have no idea what it's like. I don't have much of an update, so this will be it. I'll come back and update once the divorce happens though. Update 6. Sam saw my Reddit post and is threatening to sue me. Sam made a fake FB profile to message me and tell me she wants to sue me for telling strangers about what happened. Derek supports her apparently. I don't need this. Am I not allowed to vent about my life to people online? I just want life to get better. I'm so tired. Fuck you, Sam. Fuck you, Derek. Edit. Sam is in the comments and messaged me on here too. Blocked her. No, I just ignored her. It might be an empty threat just to make my life harder, but I'm unsure. Sam's message said, I'm actually baffled. She thinks Becca would be disappointed in me. WTF. I don't think I can do this anymore. I have been as strong as I can be, but I have been really struggling. So much is going on and I'm just so tired. How can I keep going? I just want to be with Becca. I miss her. I miss her smile. I miss her laugh. I miss how she'd try to make you laugh when you were sad by telling dad jokes. I miss how she liked being in the garden with me. I miss seeing all her new drawings. I miss her beautiful eyes. I miss everything about her. I just want her back. I need her back. Edit. I'm okay. I just needed a space to vent. I was getting so many messages asking if I'm alright, and I just wanted to say thank you to those that reached out. I am okay. I will be okay. Some days are harder than others, but I think I'll get through this. Update 7. Sam took her life on June 20th, 2024. Sam ended up taking her own life on June 20th. I am still trying to process everything. She had hurt me deeply, but this isn't something I wanted whatsoever. And Derek blames me. I feel so many things and I'm gonna be away for a while again, but I wanted to update you all.